Welcome everybody to the China Show, the real China Show. We've got quite the show for you today. It's Friday. And,
it is.
I want to preface it. Okay. We have seen an incredible amount of very negative, terrible things happening in China over the past week.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those revenge against society attacks. Remember there was that big Zhuhai car accident? Well, not accident, that vehicular massacre. Well, there was another one in Zhuhai. Mm-hmm. There have been multiple attacks at schools around China. Every single day this past week, there's been some or other revenge against society attack. So we were thinking, we were going to put together a whole, episode about that. And we were like, you know what? It's Friday today. There's enough negativity. We'll kick that can down the road because, it's not stopping. And
there's other massive things in the news.
Exactly. So, the thing is, we will be covering that again, but not in this episode. Mm-hmm. We decided we'd be a little bit more lighthearted. We are going to cover serious things today, but we want to have fun. It's Friday.
We do.
So,
shout out to the area code 239.
Which is?
Episode 239. It is southwestern Florida.
Oh,
so excellent. Shout out to our southwestern Floridians. Florida men, Florida women unite.
Miami Connection.
We actually do have some Miami-related footage later.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
It's excellent.
Shout out to the Bills, killing it this season. And shout out to this man who's about to kick a door down.
Okay.
We're getting into what's new?
Yeah. So we're going to saunter right into it with what's new today. And in today's What's New, we're going to show you some things that are going viral in China, just kind of funny clips. So we thought we'd start out with that. So this guy's trying to kick down a door. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Let's take a look.
What is the joke here? Well, the joke is that he could have just gone through the open door.
Of course. I guess he was just trying to show off or something.
I think, is that a way to show off? Would you
yeah,
do
you're
that
like,
for a lady?
Get out of my way.
Well,
showing his strength.
He would do a better job if he just bought the woman's boyfriend a Switch because she was already taken.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's pissed off about that.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on here?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh, okay, come on.
Whoa, my dude. That's very real.
You think so?
No, go back.
That's definitely fake.
No, go back. I want to just...
That's
because the
fake.
joke... Yeah, I'm being facetious.
Oh, okay.
The joke here is that you think that he's getting electrocuted, right?
Yeah.
But the real joke is that he just gets obliterated by his friend. And look at that couch. Can we pause on that couch?
It's lovely.
That is very China. It's got a table, like a velour tablecloth over it.
Absolutely, yeah. These things are super common.
Yeah.
If you walk into a hotel, you'll find these in the lobby.
Yeah.
Any of those spa places.
IE's living room.
Yeah, it's pretty classic. I don't know what it's supposed to be, like French or something.
Something gaudy.
Something
in fact,
gaudy and European.
It's an aesthetic that we covered in Xiaoban Ho, our supplemental show on Monday.
Yeah.
We'd covered like the China look. This is how stuff looks.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Okay, so he's like because he's like, oh, there was no power. It wasn't even plugged in. So his friend kicks him off the couch. Okay, so what on earth is going on here?
Well, she's hitting the phone. Why?
I don't know. She probably lost money in a gambling game or something.
Could be, but there's a joke here, play on words. Mm-hmm. How do you say make a phone call in Chinese?
打电话.
Yeah, so da also means hit.
Yeah, so she's
hit the phone.
Hitting the phone. Yeah, okay.
Literally in Chinese, to make a phone call is you hit the phone.
Yeah, 打电话.
That's what it's called.
That's a pretty funny pun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can get behind puns. I like those a lot.
Yeah. I apologize. I'm sick today.
Yeah.
So bear with my shit voice.
Oh, now, okay. If you lived in China, you know what these are. Mosquito coils.
Yes.
So, especially in southern China, mosquitoes are a massive problem.
Yeah.
They're everywhere and they will eat you alive.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody has these mosquito coils and you break them apart and you have a little metal balancing thing. It's like a weird little metal thing. You stick it on and you light it. And it slowly burns. And it smells so toxic and horrible.
How would you... We've tried to explain this before. What does it smell like to you?
It's like chemicals.
Yeah.
It smells like, quite honestly, it smells worse than getting dengue fever.
Wait. Oh, you mean you'd prefer...
Because, like...
I highly doubt
Of course. I'm just saying, because it smells so bad. And normally, you're in an enclosed space and it's burning in your room where you're sleeping. And it's like, man, I'm probably getting cancer from this thing. That's what I think every time I smell it.
It always made my ears ring.
It made your ears ring? That's weird. Yeah.
And kind of hurt.
Anyway,
hated it.
this is how they're packaged, as you can see in this lovely yin yang kind of design. And what
Kind
you
of
do,
a snakes kissing
yeah,
each other.
you have to break them apart.
Yeah.
And it's impossible to not break one of them.
Yeah, it's kind of a challenge.
Yeah. See, he broke it. So he's like, enough. Yes.
The frustration
Yeah.
is real. So this is nuts.
Okay, this is not a clip. This is real.
Yes.
Okay, now we're getting on to what's new. This is not a funny clip. This is the Nanjing University of Science
right.
and Technology or something
Yes,
like that.
That's right.
And there's a professor. And you know when you do like a marathon, this is a marathon they're doing. People like to dress up as funny things.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
I have.
People dress up like a Smurf.
Yeah, or like in a 5K, usually in smaller things in a marathon, people dress up as silly stuff.
Yeah, well, give me an example.
Costume. What?
Of
Like a dinosaur costume or something.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
Just some stupid thing, you know, when you're trying to be like all edgy and cool.
I don't know if it's edgy or
I feel like there's a certain kind of person that dresses up like that.
definitely not someone who's edgy. It's definitely the
Well,
most basic.
There's a
type.
person who thinks they're edgy. Okay? They're the cool one, you know? They
I
got to be
see.
cool. It's like, I'm going to be quirky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll dress up as like, I don't know, like Lisa Simpson or something.
What? what a choice.
I'm just saying, like,
What a choice. Why Lisa
I have no
Simpson?
idea.
Why did that come to
I
mind?
have no idea. But, you know,
That's like the least edgy thing I could ever think. Is she
Yeah.
a nerd?
Yeah, well, I
in the
mean,
show?
it's kind of correct.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, they'll dress up as something, okay?
Yeah.
An ATM machine or something. I don't
Sure,
know,
yeah,
right?
for
And then
sure.
run. So this guy decided to dress up as a very famous judge from China's ancient history. Now we're going to teach you something here, guys, because it's kind of fascinating. But let's first of all see. He's holding up a placard which says, "I'm innocent."
Yeah.
Okay? As he races along. Okay? Wait, what do you think is going to happen to him? I'm just going to ask you, what do you think is going to happen to him? He's holding up a piece of paper with something written on it. What does that get you in China?
Very hot, fresh cup of tea
Yes.
in jail.
Let's take a look what happens to him. He's immediately arrested.
Like violently.
Yeah, it's like, come on, what did the poor guy, he's just making a joke. It's not even a political statement or anything like that.
He's saying he's innocent.
Yeah,
It's about him.
yeah.
He's basically, what I'm surmising, because I don't know about the backstory of him,
Yeah.
what I can tell is that it's not like he's escaped from jail or something. It's like he's saying he's innocent for doing this, right? He's innocent, right?
Yeah, it's probably based on some historical account.
Well, we
about,
can read.
like-
I'm gonna read a little bit
Yeah,
of that.
the thing is, it turns out he's actually quite a fascinating historical character, this guy.
Yes.
Not this guy. This guy's just a university professor who couldn't find a Lisa Simpson costume.
So
Okay.
he's dressed up as one of China's most famous judges.
Yeah.
Called Bao Zheng, or they called him Bao Gong,
Yeah, Bao Gong.
as a nice way.
Yeah.
Bao Zheng is his real name. He was a magistrate, right? And a very famous judge.
Yeah.
About 1,000 years ago.
About 1,000 years ago. Yeah.
In China for being incredibly fair and anti-corruption.
Well, now he's definitely being subjected to a bit of corruption over there.
Yes. So if we look at this,
Yeah.
This is Bao Gong, or Bao Zheng was his real name, and so he was famous for being holding government accountable and being transparent
And having a hat that kind of looks like a toilet
/ piano
with wings.
with wings.
Yeah.
But a very respected man in China,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that always called for cleverness and fairness. I have a
Yes.
quote here. This is a case that he was presiding over.
Okay.
A man once reported that his ox's tongue had been sliced out. Bao, this guy, told him to return and slaughter the ox for sale. Soon, another man arrived in court and accused the first man of privately slaughtering a beast of burden, which at that time was an offense punishable by a year in jail. Bao said, "Why did you cut his ox's tongue and then accuse him?" In shock, the culprit had to confess.
Ah, very
like
good. So he
that.
tricked him into confession. Anyways, he's very well known as being a very just figure.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What? Like just David?
I'm just good enough.
Wait, one more time. So yeah.
He has some famous quotes. So this
Yeah.
is from 1,000 years
1,000
ago.
years ago,
This is
yeah.
when China was like a proper place, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? With
exactly.
like rule of law and stuff. The essence of governing is to have a cleansed heart. Strategy of life is to follow upright ways. An elegant stem will eventually turn into a pillar. Refined steel cannot be bent into a hook. Right? These are all anti-corruption things.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Rats and sparrows overjoy when the granary is full. Rabbits and foxes worry when the grassland dies. History books contain teachings by those deceased. Don't leave your descendants with only embarrassment.
That's very good. Yeah. Anyway, so he's a bit of a kind of a hero, but what really annoys me is during Mao's Cultural Revolution,
Yeah.
his ancestors, which by the way they can trace him back, they'd been keeping like portraits and manuscripts and stuff. They've been keeping them in a temple and protecting them for like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So you can imagine these beautiful manuscripts and portraits and everything from this guy. And you could have gone to this temple and seen them from 1,000 years ago, like because they've been looking after them. And it's just a family tradition passed down. During the Cultural Revolution, the Red Guard broke into the temple and burned everything and destroyed it. They destroyed the statue of him. They burned all of the manuscripts, all the paintings, all the pictures, everything that had been preserved for 1,000 years.
In the 60s, got burned down.
Yeah, got completely destroyed. And that's why, we do go on a little bit about how the Communist Party destroyed China's history, but this is a great
really
example.
did. It really did.
Absolutely did.
And this, I think, is so poetic. No pun intended, 'cause I just read his poem.
Yeah, yeah.
But it of a guy dressed up as Bao Gong running,
Yeah.
right? Maybe holding something up in reference to justice, and
Yeah.
then getting taken down by the Communist Party.
Yeah.
How poetic is that?
It's ridiculous.
mean,
This
it's-
happened only a couple days ago by, what was
ironic.
it, the 18th?
17th.
17th, sorry. Okay. So, just so you know, this is modern day China. You can't even hold up a tongue-in-cheek.
No.
Piece
An
of paper.
ox is tongue in cheek.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's
Anyway.
move on.
Moving back.
Back to some clips.
Let's have a look.
Okay. What's going on?
He's putting in 1 + 1. And the
Equals
calculator's
3.
He's not very happy with that.
No.
Crap fake calculator. Oh, there's a
Okay.
poll.
We
This is for you guys.
We found this fantastic clip. As you can see, okay, it's from the 22nd,
This
which
is from
happens to be today. This is brand new, straight out of China. Okay. There's this woman, and there's this restaurant.
Yes.
And we want to open a poll because we want to know, what do you think she's about to do?
Okay. Well, we
Okay.
need to have some
We
sort
need
of...
we need a couple of things. So I think, is she going to return something?
Okay. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Don't
Is
give
she-
it away already.
No.
Okay.
We got a couple. Is she going to remove something? This old
No.
lady.
Remove something.
Just say remove something.
It's so general.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say she could have knocked down all the tables because...
Or, is she going to save the restaurant because, something bad's about to
I like
happen?
that, yeah.
Let's have
Say
those.
the restaurant and then... you remove an object, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Return object. What will she do?
Okay.
Gotta have the poll up.
I know.
Vote, yeah.
I mean, I'll get us out of here for a second. I'll just go back a little bit so you can see as she wanders in. Okay. This wonderful concrete world. See, there she goes. All right. She goes.
People are voting, so find a good moment to
Yeah.
pause it
I will.
before it gives it away.
Okay, so here she is. I'll get us back in there. So she's just chilling, coming into the restaurant. Okay. Oh, she spots something. Wonder what she's doing under that counter over there.
Return object has 3%, so people do not have faith in this old lady.
Oh,
Knock down the tables at 39%, save the restaurants at 19%, and remove an object at 40%. They're basically tied, so we have to have a tiebreaker. 39 and 39 here.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I'm going to end the poll.
Okay.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner of the poll is that she is going to remove an object with 40%. 36% said that she's going to knock down the tables.
Okay, well, let's take a look. I'll actually get us out of here so you can see very clearly what she gets up to. All right, let's press play.
I like the Christmas lights. There's a lot of details here.
Yeah,
This is a very Chinese restaurant. Like you'd see this everywhere.
yeah.
The cat runs by.
Yeah. Cat in a restaurant.
Well, she appears to have removed a $15 burner.
Isn't that
Like
like
a
one of the
cooker.
induction cookers or
Yeah,
something?
induction burner.
Yeah.
And then put it in her bag. So what she was doing is actually she's carrying around a recycling bag. So
Yeah.
she's probably picking up cans and
I mean,
stuff.
this is gonna suck if you're the
Why
restaurant.
did we watch that? What are we doing?
I'm just gonna. If I was the restaurant owner, I'd come out there and I'd be like, "Wait, something's missing." Be like,
Yeah.
what happened here? I'd be like, "Wait, did I forget to bring that out today?" You know. Anyway.
Yeah, because you wouldn't expect anyone to take that.
No.
Nonsense.
I mean, like they've got other things to be taken. Look at all
Yeah.
the ingredients and things on the wall back there. You would
Yeah.
expect them to take something like that.
Like the meat, a big piece of hunk of meat, maybe.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things that could be taken, but that specific thing, it seems bizarre.
I don't. Those burners are like $10-15.
Yeah.
they're very cheap.
I
in
mean, that's a
China.
lot of money for some people.
Yeah, but I feel like, what is actually? Let's analyze what's the most valuable item she could have walked away with.
Well, I can see like lots of there's a rice cooker in the background, but there's lots of like
Yeah,
ingredients
that's
and
cheap food.
utensils and it's hard to say.
She could have pulled a Home Alone and filled that rucksack up with a bunch of.
Yeah, she could have just like
Wet Bandit.
taken her arm at the top, then just yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Marv does that with his
Yeah,
crowbar.
yeah,
in his bag.
exactly.
She could have done that.
Yep.
Why did we watch that?
Well, I mean, it's just
It's such a
entertaining.
non-issue.
And it also but it shows that our audience is clued up because take a look, they got it right. She
They did.
removed an object.
They did. She removed it. That's very important.
Yeah.
All right,
What's
let's
going
see.
on here?
Bro dropped his watermelon. Oh, it ripped through the bag.
Oh. What?
I hate when my tongue gets stuck in my shoe.
Yeah, me too. Oh
Well,
well.
if you buy fashion brand shoes,
Yeah, it's literally called fashion.
hold on. What was?
I don't think we're allowed to show what's going on there, to be honest.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't think it showed anything.
I
I'm
feel like
curious what happened there.
something sus is happening over there, that's for sure.
Hold on. No, I think he's.
And the guy honks his horn.
I think he's legitimately like helping her tie something or get something off her shirt.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Yeah, you,
well, do
you
you
have your
think so?
interpretation? No.
Look at it again.
No, I'm not going
We
to,
need to
just in case we
analyze.
get age restricted or
Why
something.
we get age restricted? Nothing's happening. It's two clothed individuals.
Who knows? Something sus going on.
I don't
Either
know.
way, so the guy in the car, he honked his horn. And I guess the guy was very annoyed that he got interrupted doing his sus thing.
I think they might have just been kissing.
Who knows?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, he went all in.
I'm used to seeing that kind of stuff as like some sort of setup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that wasn't. That's
No, he
legitimate
actually broke the windscreen.
legitimate
Yeah.
anger.
What's going on
It
here?
was not a drug deal, guys. That
Nope.
doesn't make sense. Why is he so mad? It was such a hold on. The thing that
Okay, I mean, yeah.
the thing that pisses Winston, you're ESRB today.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ESRB. ESRB.
He's not doing any like he didn't have a legitimate
wait.
shot. Like there's not why are you mad at that shot?
Well, let's see. What is he trying to do? He's trying to hit the black ball, right?
No.
Or no, he's trying to hit the ball
It's
next
like
to the
two
black
cue
ball.
ball. They all look like cue balls there.
It's
but
just
anyway.
a light.
Yeah.
So he's trying to hit that
The
one.
yellow. Yeah.
Oh, and he missed
But
the
like what?
What?
It's not like an important shot.
Well, no, he obviously wanted to sink that one ball, the one that's next to the
Oh, that
the black
one.
ball.
I see. And he hit the other one.
Yeah, he hit it by mistake, so he's obviously really annoyed.
Calm down, bro. I
Oh,
didn't know you could rip the
Oh, you certainly
claw.
can. Yeah.
That's cool.
What's this one about?
Let's see. I'll translate. She says, "This seat will hurt my butt if I sit on it. It's obviously not comfortable."
Yeah, yeah,
And she goes, "What do I do?"
Yeah, what do I do? Let's find out. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, they're doing rice rolls. Changfen.
Yes. He's teaching him.
Yeah.
He keeps correcting him.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, play that again. I want to run through
Okay.
that. He's teaching him each method of Changfen. Changfen, by the way, is
Rice rolls.
yeah,
Get 'em in
can
dim sum.
Explain it.
It's a breakfast food. It's awesome. I love it. It's something in Guangdong, and they make it there fresh in the morning. And you basically put down a paste, which then solidifies. It's a whatever a rice thing, and you can add little bits of like vegetables, egg, a bit of like meat, kind of minced meat. You can make it very
Oyster
nice.
sauce, usually oyster sauce.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like it a lot. And then you chop it up and eat it in the morning.
I've never really liked it that much.
Oh, really? Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Most people love it.
Yeah.
I'm just being a hipster.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or you eat like a congee or something, or like chicken foot or whatever. So. Me too. That's why I like it, because let's be honest, it's the best of evils.
I think Bao's is better.
Oh, absolutely. Bao's is way better.
And other dim sum.
Like 10 out of 10.
Most dim sum is good.
Yeah, yeah. But like when it comes to breakfast foods on the side of the road,
it's good. It's good. It's good.
It's not amazing, but it's good. It's the best of evils.
He's like, F this.
Yeah, exactly. What is he doing? Yes, okay.
Can you play that without it not in there?
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
That's pretty funny.
All right,
he's
I'll play it one more time.
The guy's trolling his friend by getting ready to get some noodles.
Yes,
but never getting them.
Yeah. It's like, just have it. Yeah, exactly.
They're
about
making dumplings, so he's making the dumpling dough, but he didn't put enough flour in it, so it's too sticky.
Yeah.
And he's getting very frustrated because it's all just on his hands.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting so frustrated.
Just put all the flour in there. Yeah.
He's so mad.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
I know that feeling though. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating.
Beating shit out of it.
That's pretty funny. Fake or not, I love that.
Yeah,
it's really, really good. All right, what's going on with this guy? He's got his
a laser level.
Yeah, laser level. That's the word. So he's just trying to like line things up.
I'm surprised he's using that.
Yes.
In China, everything's wonky.
Yeah, maybe this is why.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's like, wait, it's not even the same.
It is.
No, it's another one. Yeah, exactly. He obviously honked at him to get out of the way.
Yeah, but I don't think the guy was trying to break his window.
No, he just like tapped it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's going on here? Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay.
He's dripping with the water.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find that one very funny. That's a good one.
All right, so now back to the real what's new. Okay, this is kind of an annoying thing.
Annoying?
I'd say incredibly annoying.
I think it's terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we all know this G20.
G20.
Yeah, exactly. What does it stand?
G-Unit.
What does the G stand for again?
It's the Global 20.
Oh, Global 20.
Yeah. I'll read what countries are in it.
Okay. I mean, if you'd like. Sounds kind of boring. It's going to be 20 random countries.
Sorry, group of 20. So
group of 20.
Yeah, so group of 20 is I know it covers 85% of the world's GDP nations. So it's those countries that make up the most of the world's economy. Sure. The big ones.
So
this is going to be China.
Here's
UK,
the kicker.
US,
Yeah. During the G20, this was in Brazil.
Yeah, in Rio de Janeiro.
This Keir Starmer guy, who's apparently the British Prime Minister.
Apparently.
Yes,
He just is.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
That's not like allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he's the
apparently,
Prime
it's apparent to me now because I'm reading the subtitle there.
Yes.
Okay. And of course I know he is. I'm just being facetious. He was busy addressing the meeting and he started to talk about the sensitive issues that China doesn't like people to talk about.
Yes.
What do you think happens?
Well, I would hope the Prime frickin' Minister of England gets to talk on camera at a global event about this stuff.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so.
This is from Bloomberg.
It's from Bloomberg, yes. And hopefully it'll happen. Maybe if I do a Rick move, this will move on a bit quicker. Shictionary. It's not working.
It's coming.
How long is this?
It's coming.
Okay, all right.
Relax. Enjoy it.
I'm tired of this bouquet of flowers.
It's the second you move the timeline, it's gonna screw up. This is actually super serious, guys. This is not funny.
Yeah, I know, but it's ridiculous how long this slide is. Are you sure you didn't just make it one? Is this the whole media pack? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, all right. Okay, let's watch this. I'll put the volume
This is incredibly important. Honestly, I'll put it to you this way. If there's one thing you take away from the show, it's probably this.
And one other thing.
Obviously the other thing, but this is the most important on a geopolitical stage.
Okay, all right, let's take a look. What does he have to say?
That my Foreign Secretary and Foreign Minister Wang met recently and discussed respective concerns, including human rights and parliamentary sanctions, Taiwan, South China Sea, and our shared interest in Hong Kong. We are concerned by reports of Jimmy Lai's deterioration health in prison. You raised the Chinese embassy building in London when we spoke on the telephone, and we have since taken action by calling in that application. Now we have to follow the legal process and timeline.
Okay, so what happened there?
That's chilling.
Mm-hmm. You start to talk about the sensitive things, the journalists get kicked out.
By Chinese officials.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're in a global event where 20 nations have an equal say.
Yeah.
The prime minister of one of the most prolific and important nations in this event, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the UK is a massive power, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is talking, asking some questions or addressing some concerns about some legitimate human rights concerns. That's what you do here.
Yeah.
At this event, right?
Yes.
And the journalists are ferried away. They're not in China.
Nope.
This is not a Chinese event. This is a international meeting of global leaders, and they were ferried and shipped out.
Yeah, they
and
were just
censored
kicked
and
out.
cut off from filming a global leaders.
Yeah, the timing just seems to be very specific.
That's
As soon as he
insane.
started talking about those sensitive issues, that's when the journalists get kicked out.
This was in Brazil. I mean, if
Yeah.
this doesn't show you who's running the show nowadays, then I don't know what is. In terms of like these global organizations and stuff, China is, if they can make this happen, they literally cut the British Prime Minister off.
Yeah.
How can you do that at a global event in Brazil?
Yeah, seems a bit outlandish, doesn't it?
It's crazy. I can't believe more publications didn't pick this up.
Yeah.
Bloomberg obviously
Just
did, but,
Bloomberg, yeah. All right, guys, time for us to move on to Beyond the Great Firewall. That is very disturbing, by the way. And
It is.
We've seen China really manipulate different nations, and especially these big bodies like the World Trade Organization, the World Health Organization. China really does know how to manipulate them. And it's unfortunate that people aren't standing up to them more. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Beyond the Great Firewall today, guys, we've got a little bit of an update for you. Are we starting with that?
What? No. Oh, an update.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you see what I'm wearing, guys?
Yeah.
You notice? I wore my Stripe Brother
shirt, yeah.
So now we're Stripe Brothers.
Yeah. Stripe Brothers, yeah.
I'm wearing my Stripe Brother shirt because you guys remember this. If you were not here, this alien expressioned man, like just like a babe from space, came down and never saw a woman before.
Never seen a woman before.
Was plunked down inside of this auto show in Hangzhou and just looked at the models like he had never seen a woman before. And there's been updates since then. He got super famous in China.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is all new footage.
You can turn it down a little.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit, it's like stockmusic.org. Okay. This guy.
That's right, brother. You see, the models know now.
Yeah, now that they're cringed out. I mean, I would be.
But they know now. They think it's funny now.
Yeah.
Because before they're all uncomfortable, but now they know, oh, it's just Stripe Brother.
Stripe Brother, yeah, this weirdo.
It's the Stripe sound effect.
Yeah, Stripe sound effect. I like that. I like how she's
they think
looking
it's
at him.
funny. You know what I mean? Like they stare back now.
Yeah.
Dude, that bald guy looks suspiciously like Chinese ox.
He does, yes.
See, they think it's funny now because like he's famous now.
Yeah,
he's also incredibly short.
He's very short. Either that or the models are really tall.
Yeah, it could be either way, right?
Yeah.
Stripe Brother.
Oh, Stripe Brother, what are you doing?
He's so famous now. I wonder what he's doing to capitalize on the fame. Or if he even talks.
Maybe they'll get speaking events where he can go and stare. He's like the Chinese Bratzo or whatever.
He's
You know?
Chinese Bratzo.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, like he's got a gaze. Unfortunately, I don't feel any sort of like way when I see Stripe Brother.
course.
Nor do I when I see Bratzo.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we got something exciting that we'd like to show all of you. We're going to hit it right now. It's the Xiaoban Ho 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 holiday sale.
Xiaoban Ho is our Monday show where we get up to some serious shenanigans. It's a full episode every single Monday, and if you like the China show, you'll like this even more.
For the holiday season, get locked in now to get a Xiaoban Ho subscription for half price.
Wow, so good.
You get 4 episodes every single month right after they finish airing live, as well as access to the entire 100-plus episode backlog of your favorite Monday show.
Great. Current full-price Xiaoban Ho members will be upgraded to Xiaoban Ho Live, where you can still see Xiaoban Ho Live, participate in the stream, have your questions answered, and choose the next topic.
It's up to you what you want, but either way, it's the best time to get on board, and it's definitely what you want, I assure.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.
Okay,
Go to the
let's
next
get us
slide
back in
so
there.
we can explain. So, you guys know that we have. You want to pause that?
It is. I did. Oh, I didn't.
You did not.
Well, your slides are so long, sometimes it's unnecessary to pause things.
They're your slides too, my friend.
True.
A lot of you were talking about how you would really, really love to join our patreon.com/ADV podcast. Maybe you can run that real quick.
I can.
Which is where you can go see Xiaoban Ho. That's our Monday show. It's like the China show, but not at all.
No, completely
Because what we do is fully interactive. We cover very entertaining topics. If you like the China show, it's even better.
Well,
in
yeah,
many
it's
ways.
a different thing.
It's a different thing. You'll love it, though. It's a
Yeah.
full show. It's not
Yeah.
like some little behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is
Best way to support
definitely
us,
what
but
you
Some
want,
of you are saying,
I
"Oh, I
assure."
wish it wasn't so expensive.
Makes sense.
And we get that, right? So we decided to come up with the Xiaoban Ho 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 sale. It's temporary. What you can do is it's half price now to be a Xiaoban Ho member.
Yes.
You get all the episodes ever, right? Which I'll be making live right after this, or
Yeah.
maybe next week.
Yeah.
And then every show going forward, right after it airs, right?
Yeah.
So there's basically the Xiaoban Ho tier, which is the sale tier right now. You got to lock yourself in. It'll be that price
Xiaoban
for
Ho
you.
Ho Ho holidays.
It'll be that price for you forever if you lock yourself in now instead of bumping it up. And then the Xiaoban Ho members that are currently there at the previous price, they'll get the show live.
Yeah,
right?
so the Xiaoban Ho 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 guys get the show immediately after it's aired.
Yeah.
Will be shared with you.
Yeah, so if it's not a super massive priority for you to go watch it live, then you can join the Xiaoban Ho 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 sale right now. Again, you get our 100-plus episode backlog. You get all the episodes going forward at this very low price right now. And again, it's the best way to support us, and you get a huge pool of content. It is so important that this is the way you guys support us, because this is the best way to support us. This is what keeps our show currently going right now.
Yeah, so thank you. I'd just like to say a big thank you to
Yes.
everybody who has supported us and
Yes.
who continues to support us, because it's so incredibly generous, and it's really what keeps us going.
So,
All of it.
Yeah,
All of
the
it.
next slide is the big news here. This is the big news for this.
Big news.
Because now you can gift a Xiaoban Ho membership. So many of you guys were asking if this is possible. Before you couldn't. You would have to technically make an account and give it to someone.
Yeah.
Which is, no one's going to do that, right?
Sure.
You can gift a membership to anyone for Christmas, for the holidays, for whatever, for a birthday. If you know someone that's a China show fan, there is no better gift than to give them the membership of the Ho.
Or you can give it to somebody who hates our guts as a joke.
You could do that as well. If you want to spend spite money, revenge money on someone, do it. Do it with this. You know some CCP apologists? Send them a Xiaoban Ho membership. They'll be a convert in no time.
Oh, absolutely.
Seriously though, this is massive news because
Yeah.
nobody could gift a membership before. This is this gets you access now.
Yeah.
So before, a lot of people were saying I don't know, I really want to show you guys support, but and I know my brother watches you guys or my dad watches you guys. I want to get them a membership, and every time I'm typing back, you're typing back, you're like, well, the only way is technically if you made them an email address to sign up
exactly.
for, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
work. So this is the way to do it. Consider giving it as a gift. It's immediate. You can do it right now.
Yep.
Or after the show or whatever, and we'd really appreciate
We'd
it.
love to see you there if you have the means, as always.
Yes.
All right, back on to the show. And I
Hate
think,
gifting.
yeah, now it's time for Soft Power Hour. This is where China tries to change your mind through various means. And we got to talk, what do you say?
Talk serious. Talk pipes.
Yeah,
talk,
exactly.
Talk
We got to
cables.
laying pipe. You know what I'm saying? What do they say? Cables? What? That's what they say. You put it underneath the sea.
You know what that slang means.
No, that's your dirty mind. You know what I'm saying?
That's
this
not
is,
even
this is
smart,
about
huh?
draadtrek, pulling wire. This is what it's all about.
What language was that?
Afrikaans.
Why would I know that?
I don't know, but this is what people do, right?
Okay.
In order to communicate, right?
Great serious way to start the news.
In order to communicate, people take big cables.
Laying pipe you opened with.
Yeah, well, they do. You have to lay this pipe down the middle of the ocean, like, pretty much between continents here, man. It's pretty fascinating when you get into it. But basically, these big fiber optic cables are laid across the seabed.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so they go from continent to continent. Okay. A lot of piping laid on the bed of the sea. Okay. What happens
Cables.
well, it's a pipe. Sometimes it's solid. Sometimes
I swear this is a serious segment. It's a really big deal.
it is. Okay, so anyway, we all know this. The internet, the way it works.
It's a series of tubes.
Yeah. The way it works is you've got these fiber optic cables that go between continents. That's how we talk to each other. That's how the internet works around the entire world. Yes, you've got satellite and things like that, but this is the real infrastructure. So it's a little bit suspicious when a Chinese bulk carrier, which is probably more like a dual-purpose technology spy ship in my mind.
Yipeng 3.
Yeah, it's called the Yipeng 3, severs two of these cables within hours of each other. Cutting off.
That is so weird.
It is weird, isn't it? So this particular carrier that you see here, Chinese carrier called the Yipeng 3.
I want you to understand how rare this is, okay?
Yeah.
I want to read the foreign minister of Lithuania.
Yeah, the foreign minister of Lithuania had a great quote about this. You want to read it?
He said, if I had a nickel, because, okay, let me tell you what this is in response for.
Sure.
Some people are saying, including authorities in many places, and again, we're not taking either side yet.
Yeah.
But some authorities are saying this could have been an accident. No one said this is definitely an accident. No one said this is definitely malicious on purpose.
Sabotage, yeah.
But it's under investigation. And I thought the foreign minister of Lithuania had the best question. Now this is probably where I align.
Okay.
If I had a nickel for every time a Chinese ship was dragging its anchor on the bottom of the Baltic Sea in the vicinity of important cables, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice.
It's like the
My
best
favorite
tweet of the
quote
year.
of all time.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, so as you can see, you've got this cable that goes from Lithuania that goes all the way to Sweden, actually, through that, that got cut. And then you've also got the Finland to Germany cable was also cut. So this is serious. Okay, you could disable communication during wartime, okay, or leading up to wartime. Imagine you're about to do some kind of a preemptive strike, like a blitzkrieg or something. You're about to do this. All you do is send your ship, because now you've tested that it works. You know where it is. You send your ship to sever the cables like hours before. So while there's a panic and people are trying to restore communications, then you attack.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, the speculation here is not that it was China's orders, by the way. It's that Russia is ordering it.
Yeah, but using a Chinese ship.
Yeah, because they have military cooperation.
Yeah, because they are friends.
Yeah.
And they do everything together.
Yeah.
Like starve their people. Anyway, let's move on. So basically...
Yes.
Okay.
This is a little detective on Twitter.
Yeah.
It says, I think the Chinese ship Yipeng 3 is being detained. So they're tracking the ship. Suspect in cable incidents. She slowed down to a crawl at Kattegat, maneuvered to 400 meters inside of Danish territory. Danish Navy Patrol P525 to her port. And then guess she's detained, waiting for either DEFI or SE staff, Swedish staff or Finnish staff, or German staff, since their countries are affected. So you see how the ship is stopped there?
Yes. Well, they were apparently boarded.
Yeah. So there's rumors right now that the Yipeng 3 was being it's not piloted, being
I think you say piloted.
Yeah. It was being piloted by a Russian.
Yeah.
That has
Sailed
not been proven
by,
yet.
pretty sure it's piloted by,
So
by a Russian captain. Yeah.
Yeah, can you zoom out a little bit?
Sure.
There you go. Okay. So there's Denmark and Germany and Sweden, right? So this area is with this triangulated area of NATO territory.
Yeah.
With a Chinese ship supposedly being steered by a Russian that has cut cables with its anchor.
Yes.
And it's the second time this has happened recently. And they're important internet cables for communication. Yeah. And Russia's mad at NATO and Europe right now. And China and Russia have a military cooperation.
Yes.
And again, this happened twice recently.
Yeah, well, it happened twice within hours.
In the Baltic.
Yes, within hours of each other. which is a little bit too suspect, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a gas line.
Don't forget last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a gas line that was ruptured by a Chinese ship in the Baltic.
Yeah, it was called the New Polar Bear or something,
it was the
wasn't it?
New Polar Bear.
New Polar Bear. And it was one of those where they kept completely silent about it, even though they knew they'd done it.
It was a Hong Kong flagged ship, so from China.
That docked in Russia, right?
Docked in Russia.
Yeah.
That destroyed a pipeline with its anchor between Finland and Estonia in the Baltic.
Yeah.
What's going on
So
here,
there's
guys?
this China-Russia cooperation with ships destroying cables and pipelines under the sea. You know what I mean? Suspicious.
So we have some
So listen, here's the thing. We were
wanna help
thinking,
out.
we were thinking, you know why, how they keep saying, oh, it's just an accident. It's just an accident that we've dragged our anchor for hundreds of miles under the sea, on the seabed. I mean, it's not like you couldn't know about it, right? But, here's the thing. They're dragging their anchor for hundreds of miles, probably destroying, like, undersea infrastructure, not only cables and stuff, but coral reefs and habitats and whoever knows what else they destroy along the way. So we decided to help out.
because we don't want this to happen again. I'm actually I'll take China's side here. I'll say it was an accident, guys. It was an honest accident. It's an expensive accident. I don't necessarily believe that, but let's just say I did.
Yeah.
We're going to help you out so you never do this again.
So here, take a look. This is prepared just for you, so you better be watching. Let's take a look.
I'm Ron with Cruising This Old Boat, and today I'm going to show you how to set the anchor drag alarm. The first thing you want to do is press the home button. This brings up the settings button. Press that. And then you'll see a list of which one of them
Glad they're
is
taking
the
notes.
alarms. And one of the navigation alarms you can set is the anchor drag. So if you want to set your anchor drag alarm, press that button. The first thing you want to do is turn the alarm on. You see here that it's in the off position. To turn it on, simply press the button.
Oh, so it's default
Now
off.
you see it's in the on position.
So the Chinese Navy can now understand that they should use their anchor alarm.
I'm glad to see the Chinese Navy's paying attention.
It's good that they took notes.
Yes.
However, that is kind of a high-tech device. Maybe they have like older equipment.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there might
so
be a more primitive way they could.
We've got
they could do it.
something else for them over here. Let's take a look.
So this is a little short spell I got about making an anchor alarm, huh? Okay, so all you need is, a heavy weight of some kind. I happen to have the anchor for the dinghy I'm going to use. And something that's really loud that's going to make a lot of noise. There you go. And a piece of string. And you run the piece of string out your port light. You throw the anchor overboard into the water. You bring the string inside the boat. You tie it to the pot. And you go to sleep. That way, if you break your mooring or you drag anchor, the pot's going to fall off and clinkety clunk, wake your ass up.
Oh yeah, so
So-
we got to you know that they actually also have free apps that you can get?
Oh, do they? So you're telling me right now, before we move on to the free app version, because
Yes.
now we've given them a pay-for solution
Yeah.
with the Garmin thing.
Yeah, you can get like their GPS system. It's got it built in already. They
We've-
just know how to turn it on.
We've given them a cheap solution,
Yeah,
which
piece
is
of
like a
string.
pot,
Yeah.
piece of string, right? This massive ship didn't have an anchor alarm, apparently,
Yeah.
to tell that it was dragging for hundreds of
Miles,
miles
yeah.
with an anchor the size of a house.
Which I'm pretty sure you would notice it. Like you'd be full throttle, but you're going at like 1 mile an hour. You're like, put more power. Anyway,
So let's, but, devil's advocate.
yeah,
They didn't know about this anchor alarm technology. Let's give them the free app.
yeah, exactly. Let's take a look.
So we have an anchor alarm. And when we set the anchor, I open up the anchor alarm. I hit a button here that says set anchor.
And we just did that.
And we just did that. And once it's set and the anchor's set in the ground, then I put this anchor alarm on. And the anchor alarm tells me when I'm this X amount of distance away from the anchor, it'll sound an alarm. Yeah, when I zoom in, every little bitty move, what you want to look at is this is where the alarm is, that circle, and then that's where the boat's moved. That's where the anchor's
See, that's
located.
handy.
So, should answer all your questions. Love you guys. Thanks for caring.
I'm glad he managed to help them out.
Yeah.
Because again, what a disastrous mistake to do that so many times.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry, but I call absolute BS. Modern ships are equipped with all sorts of technology to warn you about things like that. You're not going to just, oops, I forgot to bring the anchor up for hundreds of miles.
Yes.
It's not. It's rubbish. It's not a mistake. How can that be a mistake? You know? It's kind of like if you're trying to pull it from your driveway and your car's not moving because your handbrake or your parking brake's still on, right?
Yes.
You're going to know, and it's going to have a big warning light to say your parking brake is up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So a cargo ship anchor.
Yes, yeah.
It's usually a 60,000 pound anchor.
Okay.
Which is held by 12 shots of chain. It can be 400 to 800 feet long.
Yeah, and the chain actually is one of the big things that keeps the thing from moving, not just the anchor.
Each link weighs 350 pounds. A shot is made up of 57 links. So we're talking about a 60,000 pound anchor here that probably, I'm just going to assume, would have some sort of light or alarm mechanism that would tell you if your massive cargo ship has been dragging for hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, obviously, because you'd also be able to see.
I was about to say, what about the visual inspection?
Yeah,
guys?
like if you just look out, because it spills up.
Captain!
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
If we понимаю по-русски, it doesn't speak Russian.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's why we figured it out.
Yeah, exactly. There's a communication
All
error.
right, guys, we figured it out. Collaboration is not all there.
No, exactly. But quite honestly, if they're claiming it's an accident all the time, they're lying. Either that or they're the most incompetent sailors. I mean, talk about a bunch of useless seamen over here. Know what I'm saying?
That goes deep. That cuts deep.
Kind of like the pipe under the sea.
Yes.
Being laid on the seabed.
Oh, shoot. Dang it. We actually figured this out live.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
figured the mystery out
They're
live.
lying is what they're doing. I'm sorry. But if you're, a ship captain, a ship, you got to be ship shape. You got to know where your anchor is.
Yes.
So-
And maybe make sure your ship staff can speak to the captain.
Yeah, exactly.
They know each other's languages.
I'm pretty sure they're not just going to give up. It's like, oh, ta timbudong, and then they're just
Yes.
going to sit there and watch the chain, scraping on the side there,
Yes. Common
Anyway,
frickin' sense.
It's common sense.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, it's time for us to move on.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Worldview.
Yeah.
We talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of an update here.
Flashback.
A flashback, yes. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Do you remember in 2020 when this happened? When the consulate staff of the Chinese embassy in Houston, Texas, just started burning all their shit on the
Yeah,
roof
burning their documents in the courtyard there.
and then shut down.
Yeah, obviously. I don't think they were having a barbecue.
Yeah.
And a confidential files barbecue, maybe.
I think, maybe someone had a hankering for grilled paper. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe it's just...
Maybe it was rice paper.
Maybe it was rice paper. It's
Could eat
edible,
that.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
I've eaten rice paper
Yeah,
before.
it's nice. I like
it's
it.
nice.
Some of those white rabbit sweets.
For sure.
Yeah.
So they're burning papers, burning their
Documents.
documents, and then they shut down the embassy in
And
Houston.
yeah, they
Texas.
wouldn't allow the firefighters in.
Yes. Now there's speculation from high-level people that kept saying the Houston embassy for China is a massive spy operation.
Yeah, it's a massive spy hub. And a lot of people were, dodgy people were reporting to them, and they were coordinating a lot of things out of there. Makes sense, right?
So I wanted you to remember that. And then we're also going to flash back to a couple years ago when we covered this, all the Chinese police stations across the U.S., okay?
Yeah.
So these were identified as Chinese overseas police stations, which is terrifying. These were operating in restaurants, laundromats, friendship organizations. And what they were doing was it would be Chinese government staff that was sent over to the U.S. to be tasked to hide inside of these friendship organizations or restaurants or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And operate these consular offices that would help Chinese people renew their driver's licenses or do anything.
Well,
No, I'm saying this
not
was
do
the
anything.
veneer.
That was the only excuse.
I'm trying to say the veneer.
They said they will help
Yeah.
with driver's licenses,
Yes.
and that's it.
That's pretty much the
They
only
said
excuse.
driver's licenses and other stuff. They never gave another stuff thing. That was
Yeah,
just.
that's true.
It's only for helping them with
Yeah.
driver's
I got
licenses.
psyoped into thinking there might be anything else, but that was it.
That's all they said.
So what these were doing actually, where
Mm-hmm.
they were veneers, right, for actual police stations to
Because-
hunt down Chinese people in the U.S.
Yeah, and let's be honest here. If you needed to renew your driver's license, you'd go to the Chinese consulate or embassy. You wouldn't go to some random laundromat somewhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was just a stupid lie.
Yes.
We all know that, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, they
So-
were horrible. They were part of Operation Fox Hunt. They were there to harass dissidents.
Identify, harass, and stop and repatriate dissidents.
Yes.
They are to find people that have problems with the Chinese government and then get them and get them
Yes.
to stop. And do that from U.S. soil,
Yeah.
which is transnational repression, let's be honest.
Yes, it is.
So in New York, they identified one, shut it down, the FBI did. Mm-hmm. And do you know what just happened? We'll harken back to that burning footage, right?
Yes,
in
yes.
Houston. They have now identified another one in
Yes.
Houston, not the embassy. I guess one of these.
Yeah, I've seen.
police
The reason
stations,
why I didn't put
guess.
the reason I didn't put it up into our media pack today is I've seen pictures of the actual building. I've seen the people that are actually involved. But again, it's not something that has been 100% confirmed yet.
Yes.
So if I were to say it's this building,
Right.
then maybe we're being misleading.
We
so-
also can't say that there was like it hasn't been 100% confirmed that was the overseas police station. What can be confirmed is this.
Yeah.
This is from the FBI Houston. They set up a hotline, and we'd like to shout this out. The government of the People's Republic of China may be cyberstalking, physically intimidating, and harassing Chinese citizens, naturalized U.S. citizens, and families of dissidents who speak out against the Chinese Communist Party in Texas. And here's the actual FBI thing. China's government may target, threaten, intimidate, and harass U.S.-based individuals who question the legitimacy or authority of the Chinese Communist Party. If you're a victim of the PRC transnational repression in the Houston area, call FBI Houston 713-693-5000. If you are or you know someone that has been a victim of the Chinese government's harassment in the Houston area, they're doing something about it now.
I'd say anywhere within the United
for sure,
States.
for sure. But
Give
this
the
is just,
FBI
this
a
is
call.
right now.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
this is happening. It's terrifying, but it's good that they're finding these. Right.
Yeah.
It's another one they can tick off, and they can say, this is an area of concern,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe everyone else can start reporting on what they see if there's intimidation and harassment in different areas, and everyone can kind of work together to weed these out. This is inappropriate.
The only reason why they get away with it is because they do intimidate people and make them scared.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So then they're too scared to go to the authorities. It's like a mafia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they go after your family and things like that. But it's never going to stop unless you take a stand. So if you
Yes.
have been harassed, if you've got people out there that are, targeting you and threatening you, etc., just go to the FBI.
Yeah, it's not.
They will keep it confidential.
It's not just Houston we have a problem.
Yeah.
It's the whole country we have a problem.
Exactly.
Let's get to the bottom of this, right?
Exactly.
Moving on. We have tons of other news. So let's continue.
Yes.
China reached deep into the U.S.
China's
telecoms.
hacking.
Yes. Well, I wasn't reading the headline. That was my
Hack the planet.
hack the planet.
You know?
Anyway, China hacked U.S. Telecom services. They were able to listen to phone calls live. They couldn't go back and listen to records of them. They were able to listen to phone calls live, receive text messages if you
Yes.
were using unencrypted things like just normal SMS text messaging
Yeah.
through companies that were affected like Verizon and some other ones.
Yes.
People are now calling on those companies that were affected to be more transparent about what actually happened.
Yeah.
But we do know a senator just said today that this was the worst telecoms hack in U.S. history. And China is showing its intent on what it wants to do and is targeting massive amounts of people to listen to what they're doing and figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. Something that's been concerning me a long time now is that these hacks, these Chinese-based hacks, they keep happening and they keep targeting massive infrastructure.
Yeah.
China doesn't get called out. They don't get held. They don't get their feet held to the fire when this kind of thing
Yeah,
happens.
like internationally.
Yeah,
right?
and they should be. The Chinese government should answer to this because they are the ones that are in control of the internet.
Oh, I think you're wrong here. Do you know why?
Why?
Oh, because they can go to the G20 and then the Prime Minister of the UK can start talking about
Yeah.
human rights abuses and then the journalists have to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah. Now here's my argument. Okay, And I think it's a rather sound argument. China has the most censored internet in the world, the most controlled internet in the world. The Chinese censorship, the government censorship is second to none. It is so sophisticated that they can pinpoint every single line of text that a person puts on the internet. They can say, this person said this keyword, this is his IP address, this is exactly where he is, it's tied to his national ID, we can go and nab him. If somebody types Xi Bowser instead of Xi Jinping, it is automatically just erased, it's not posted, and the person will now be on a watch list, they'll send the police over.
Yeah.
You cannot escape the Chinese firewall. In other words,
cannot escape us.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go over the firewall to Twitter or something without them knowing about it. You can't use a VPN. So if you are a hacker, Chinese-based hacker, and you are hacking infrastructure overseas, the Chinese government knows about it because they control everything on the internet there. There's no way that they can just say, oh, it's some private hacker.
It's them.
It's, first of all, it is the Chinese government doing it. But if they were to give that excuse that it's like,
alibi,
it's just some like random
private
hackers
company
or private.
We'll crack down.
Yeah, some dude sitting in his basement, which doesn't exist in China. So somebody's sitting in his like 7th floor walk-up apartment or whatever, in the industrial chemical zone. That's a lie because they know. They'll be able to know exactly who it is. So they're allowing it. So even if it was a private hacker, they are the ones that are condoning it and allowing it.
Yeah.
So they should be held. Their feet should be held to the fire. And they should be like, all right, Chinese government, why are you allowing these hackers or why are you hacking our stuff deliberately?
Yes.
There has to be some kind of repercussions to this. Otherwise, they'll just continue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has to. This is, in most circumstances, and I know the internet's a new thing, this kind of espionage, because this is espionage, would be an act of war. It would.
It would lead up to something like that.
I mean,
Maybe
it
classified as that,
it would be as if like Germany took advantage of the U.S. postal system, you know what I mean, and stole everybody's mail.
Yeah, I think it's the definitions of what the internet is that makes us so lenient, right? It's like telecommunication stuff versus like the postal system would be a very serious, thing, right?
Yeah.
But that's, to me, why is that any different?
It's like if the Mongolians intercepted all of the carrier pigeons of China back in the day and copied all the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
they would say that's an act of
they'd be
war,
like,
right?
what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
just, I'm just saying, it really annoys me that this gets ignored. And everyone's like, just another data breach, just another hack. China's doing bad stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Call them out.
It's the
Xiaoban Ho 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 holiday sale.
Xiaoban Ho is our Monday.
You know, I heard repetition of things makes people remember.
It does.
It's kind of like when you're learning, right?
Remember, there's a sale.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But you know, like if you're learning something, you learn how to spell a word. Say the B, right? It's B-E-E.
Oh, I thought it was B.
Yeah, it's not just the letter B.
okay.
You have to say B-E-E. So you have to say that a couple times, and then you're like, that's how it's spelled. So this is what this is all about.
Monday show where we get up to some serious shenanigans. It's a full episode every single Monday, and if you like the China show, you'll like this even more.
For the holiday season, get locked in now to get a Xiaoban Ho subscription for half price.
Wow, so good.
You get 4 episodes every single month right after they finish airing live, as well as access to the entire 100-plus episode backlog of your favorite Monday show.
Great. Current full-price Xiaoban Ho members will be upgraded to Xiaoban Ho Live, where you can still see Xiaoban Ho Live, participate in the stream, have your questions answered, and choose the next topic.
It's up to you what you want, but either way, it's the best time to get on board, and it's definitely what you want, I assure.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.
One thing I noticed about that, Ed,
What?
is that we sound all chipper in one scene telling people to sign up for this, and it shows like a body incinerator in a van.
Oh yeah, that's
Not
yeah,
the
that's
best
right.
clip.
Yeah,
we
not
could've
the best
chosen.
clip.
But you know what? It doesn't matter because if you go to patreon.com/ADD
Oh yeah,
podcast,
sorry. Yeah.
you'll actually go be able to get that and lock yourself in right now to the Xiaoban Ho 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 sale. It's only for a limited time only. It will lock you in forever at that price before it gets bumped up again.
Yes.
So jump on that now. Make sure you get it for yourself or buy it as a gift for someone else.
Yeah, please
That's
do.
an option.
Okay, now we got to talk about something that concerns me greatly. Okay.
What's this?
Well, let's play this clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
My friend John.
Oh, Jeff, I heard a lot of good things about you. Where'd you find this son of a bitch?
He's a friend of mine from school.
A friend?
How can you act like that?
Shut up!
Okay.
That'll make sense later.
It'll make sense later. All right. Now, this clip has just gone viral over the past couple of
On
days.
Twitter, I believe.
Now, this was apparently originally posted 7 days ago and has now been completely removed from the internet. It's an interview.
Well, it's not. It's on Twitter.
No,
That's where we got
not this
You
clip.
mean the original thing?
The original, it was an interview that was posted 7 days ago. This is, I could be incorrect, but this is what I've been told.
Okay.
And it was removed. And it's an interview in Chinese about a U.S. Army recruiter who is currently active duty here in America, in the Army, okay? And it says there's staff sergeant in the United States Army and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's take a look at what he has to say before we discuss this, all right? It says, yeah, I'm from Shenyang, a Shenyang native guy.
沈阳人，地道的沈阳人。部队是每月给我500块钱的额外的语言。
Just play it.
Well-
Audio can come later.
Well, I mean, we
It's
should
very-
probably
yeah.
explain it. Let's explain it along the way, okay? It says the troop gave me $500 a month extra as a foreign language proficiency
因为我是
bonus
唯一会说中
because I'm the only one who can speak Chinese.
国话的人。现在呢，我的工资能
It says now I can make about $10,000 a month.
达到1万块左右。我退休的话，应该在40。
It should be about, I should be around 47 if I want to retire. He's obviously talking about
7
age.
岁退休，应该会拿到5500到
I should be able to get a pension of about 5,500 to 6,000.
6000左右。
Okay, and now this is another part of the interview.
对，这个帽子很有特色。
It's like, oh, that's a very unique hat.
只有在德州人才有，这不是发自己属于自己。
Yeah, it's only in Texas. Texas, huh? Has that got to do with Houston, maybe? Probably not.
No,
But anyway,
come on.
just saying. Okay.
你买叫 Stetson 这个 First Cap，就是这个东西。当兵真的不难，因为
It's like being a soldier isn't hard because it's just a
它
job.
是一份工作，我们谈不上什么国家的高度，什
You don't need to talk about country
么忠诚度或怎样，就是
or any loyalty.
它只是一份工作。
It's just a job. I'm going to stop it there and just say that's not true.
Not in the U.S. military, I don't believe.
In any military in the
Yeah,
entire
true,
world.
true, true.
Imagine you're in China and you're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah, if you're like,
being
I
a
don't-
soldier, you
not
don't
loyal
have
to
yeah,
China.
no, you don't have to be loyal. This loyalty's not a thing. Anyway, let's move on.
对吧？你不管是给谁打工，
No matter who
都是
you
一份
work
工
for
作谁都会给你发一份工资，这样。
It's just a job, and whoever will pay you.
手机也是可以随便在
So the interviewer asks, cell phones are allowed to be used freely in the army?
部队里面玩的，
对，随便可以的。
Yes, freely you can.
它没有什么管控，
No regulation, no limitations.
没有什么管控
没有，什么限制。
对，不当兵
None. Says, in 11 years as a soldier, the U.S. Army has never emphasized how China is bad. And this is the positive thing I can take out of
Yeah,
this
it's good.
interview is it's true. You know, there isn't this stigmatism where you have to,
No.
you know.
Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
将近11年，美军没有强调过中国政策怎么样，中国不好，从来我都是从来没有听说过，
没听说过
我从来没
Never
有
heard
听说
about
过。
就是思想方面，他
思想上
不会去
They never indoctrinate you into in that ideology, which is
灌
good.
输你什
他
么东西。
从来没有跟我说中国不好怎么样。
Yeah, never told me
美军
China's
从来
bad.
没给我就是属于教育过我是那样。这韩国嘛，离中国近。
Based in Korea, close to China. So we all know that South Korea has military bases. He's like, so
就是而且部队还有很多
the army usually gives you 4-day
多
vacations.
4天假期，比如说感觉过节了，
Let's say it's going to be a holiday.
周五、周六、周日、周
Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday
一
are
是
off.
放假的，你完全你可
You can absolutely buy a plane ticket and return to China without reporting it.
以不在不通报的情况下就回国买张机票。
那边问我，就是如果说某一天
So then the question is, what would you do if the US and China went to war someday?
美国和中国打仗，我该怎么做？第一个，如果说美国和中国打仗，我认为是不现实，因为美国和中国都属
So it's like, I don't think that they would go to war. They're both powerful countries.
于强大的国家，如果真打仗的话，属于核
If they went to war, the nuclear
武
weapons
器
would
啊
be
各
used.
方面的会用上，就是也会变成第3次世界大战，
Might turn into World War III.
所以说我认为它不会发生的。
So I don't think it'll happen. Fair enough.
真假如说发生了打仗了，
If the war does happen,
那我的前提
I will definitely quit the US Army.
一定会退出美军这样，我也
I also won't be joining the Chinese
不
Army
会加入到中国统一，我拿的是美
because I'm taking my American citizenship. That's the only reason why.
国籍，我也不会再
And I wouldn't serve in the US Army again.
去服役在美国军队里面，我会保持一个中立的。
I will maintain a neutral attitude.
但如果说，
Let's say other Chinese people need help.
假如说有什么其他中国人需要帮助的话，我一定尽我的努力来
I'll do my best to help our Chinese.
帮助中国人。这是我的思路。
That's
我
my
不会
thought.
帮助美，
I would never help the US.
我也不会帮助
I would never help the US against China.
美国打中国。当然前提是，我也
Of
不会
course,
帮
the
助中
premise
国
is
来
that I wouldn't help China against the US. Okay, so there's a lot.
Couple
to unpack.
positives,
Yeah.
couple negatives. I would have preferred to have seen the whole thing, by the way, but that has been removed.
It's
That's
been
what's
removed.
going around on Twitter.
Yeah.
This is the biggest problem in the beginning, is what he says, is that it's not about loyalty.
Yeah.
When you can literally go on the U.S. Army website, bear true faith and allegiance to the U.S. Constitution, the Army, your unit, and other soldiers. Bearing true faith and allegiance is a matter of believing in and devoting yourself to something or someone.
Yeah.
Loyalty, and it's one of the tenements of the U.S. Army.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is absolutely
Tenets, sorry.
flabbergasting to me. Okay. I grew up in South Africa where everybody was part of the military. And only a year before I turned 18, conscription ended. So my uncles, my father, many of my friends were all in the military. It's a very military basing. I understand how military normally works. And what this guy has demonstrated here is how compromised and weak the US Army is. Okay? Number one, how is it that you're allowing a citizen from a country that's not got your best interests at heart to, first of all, be working in the army, all right? Using a cell phone freely wherever he goes, being able to hop in and out of China without reporting it. That's what he said himself. I mean, what if you're on a very sensitive training mission that's got something to do with maneuvers around China, you know? It's got something to do with that. And you
I
just
assume there's different clearance at different levels for different
I mean,
positions.
yeah, but you're part of the military. You're
yeah,
part.
but you don't have access to everything that the military
Of course
does.
not, but you see,
It's not black and white like that.
It's might not be black and white like that, but if you're part of a unit, if you're over there at the base and you can see how many troops are there, you can see what ships are there, what planes are there, what's going on. You just hop on over into China. Oh, we're busy doing this, you know, and this is where we are, and this is how many people are there, and it looks like something's brewing or whatever. You can, you know, the levels obviously, but the fact that you can do that without reporting, and the fact that you'll just quit if the
Based on what
war
he said,
starts.
by the
Yes,
way.
of
We don't
course.
know if that's true or not.
Yeah, no, but that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And what you have to understand is the reason why I said this shows how weak and compromised the U.S. Army is because he's saying that to a Chinese audience. He's saying it in Chinese. Now, the whole of China can watch that and say like, piece of cake. All right, everybody can just use a cell phone there. They don't teach loyalty. It's just a paycheck. It's easy money. You can get retirement. You get benefits, whatever it is. And you don't have to be loyal. You can just quit and then help China, but not help America, not help the US against China. I mean, that's the whole point of joining the military, right? If you are part of the military unit, like you say, loyalty is a massively important part of this, right? But on top of that, you can't just quit. That's called deserting, you know? But the idea that you can, I'll just quit, it's not correct.
I'll just have dessert.
Yeah, exactly.
This, by the way, this was put up by the Great Translation Move. I forgot to shout them out.
Yeah.
Go back to that real quick. I wanted to give the ads. This is a really cool account.
Yes.
And what
as
they
you can
do
see.
is it's a group of Chinese people that translate all this media in China that's like not meant to leave Chinese borders.
Yeah.
And put it out there on the English-speaking internet.
Yeah.
So it's very hard-working Chinese people that are making sure that everyone gets to see a fair image of China.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. You can follow them at
TGTM
TGTM_official.
Yeah.
They're great account.
Absolutely. Go check them out and follow them on X, formerly known as Twitter. But this whole scenario just beggars belief for me. How are they filming him at his job? He's active military.
Yeah.
While he's telling them that he won't support the U.S. and he won't be loyal to the U.S.
Yeah, this is nonsense.
I mean, he's a
interesting
recruiter.
to see what this whole story was, but it looks like it was for some sort of Chinese language media.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if that was meant for like mainland China audience, like for a state media thing.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting.
No, you're absolutely right. We don't have all the facts surrounding this,
Sure.
but it's just infuriating the things he was saying.
Hey, all we do, by the way, anyway, is we show you what's going around on the internet about China. These are 2 viral clips that have been going around. Hopefully we'll get an update on this.
Yeah, hopefully there will be an update, because if this is true and if it is the way he's saying it is, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's just showing weakness, and it's showing just how compromised everything is. I mean, the guy, if he's a recruiter, what is he? You know, when you recruit someone into the army, you're recruiting somebody because you want them to put their life on the line for the country, right? How are you as a recruiter saying you'll just quit if things get bad, or you'll just quit if
It's
like
not a
things?
good look,
It's not a good look. It's like a driving instructor who doesn't know how to drive, teaching you how to drive a car. You know what I mean? You have to lead by example.
Yeah, these priorities are not good.
Yeah, that just really, really, really ticked
We'll see.
me off.
We'll see what happens.
We'll update you guys if
Big,
anything.
apparently big on the Taiwanese internet as well.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because I know Taiwanese soldiers have to not pledge loyalty, but say that they'll cooperate with the U.S. in time of conflict. Right?
Yeah.
It's common. So it's kind of interesting. I think this would get a lot of interest in the Taiwanese military community for them to see something like this.
I'd say so. Yeah.
I personally have faith in the American military, and I know a lot of super hardworking people. I do not. I think it's an overstatement to say weak and compromised. In fact, I think it's slightly offensive. But that's your opinion. I think it is not compromised, nor is it weak. I think this is a low priority position, and a guy said things that he shouldn't say, and he's wrong.
Correct.
And he's absolutely wrong.
Yes, but you got to listen to what I said. Is this guy's making the army
it look like that?
Weak and compromised because
to China,
and the entire world, because now this is going viral, right?
Sure.
So the whole world's looking at this and saying, like, what? Like, what the hell? Like, so a Chinese national who's not even a U.S. citizen can be getting a paycheck and benefits from the military, while at the same time saying that he won't be loyal and he won't help the U.S. if there is a conflict, and he'll help Chinese.
You don't need to reiterate that.
You know what I'm saying? This is my point. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm trying to say this, knowing how military normally operates, this shocked me that this could be even said.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is, in my mind, like anywhere else in the world, if you were to go out and say something like this, you'd be facing a court-martial.
True.
You know?
If you know anything about the military, you can let us know in a super chat, and we can have a dialogue in the Yumcha section.
Yeah, we will.
Which is coming up very soon.
No,
we don't need to play this again.
No, we won't. I'm gonna fast forward this.
I know repetition is good, but not for this. Repetition is good for our ad.
That's true.
Oh yeah, what is this?
But we wanted to talk about loyalty for a minute. We think that our friend here, the recruiter, needs to maybe listen to a little bit of Dragon Sound. What do you think?
Dragon Sound.
Let's take a look. Dragon Sound.
Yes.
Yes. Before we do our repetition again, if you have not seen the Miami Connection,
yes,
it's one of the greatest films of all time.
It's so bad.
It is ridiculously bad.
It's incredible.
And it looks like somebody made a parody of an 80s film, but it's not. It's a real 80s film.
Yes.
It's just too good.
It's incredible.
Anyway, speaking of repetition, is this the last time?
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it last time.
Okay, this is going to be the last time? Okay, just check it. All right, let's do it, guys. See if you remember the words. It's the Shaban Ho 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 holiday sale.
Shaban Ho is our Monday show where we get up to some serious shenanigans. It's a full episode every single Monday, and if you like the China show, you'll like this even more.
For the holiday season, get locked in now to get a Shaban Ho subscription for half price.
Wow, so good.
You get 4 episodes every single month right after they finish airing live, as well as access to the entire 100-plus episode backlog of your favorite Monday show.
Great. Current full-price Shaban Ho members will be upgraded to Shaban Ho Live, where you can still see Shaban Ho Live, participate in the stream, have your questions answered, and choose the next topic.
It's up to you what you want, but either way, it's the best time to get on board, and it's definitely what you want, I assure.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.
Excellent. So, by the way, as soon as the show's finished, we're going to go and make a bunch of the old episodes live for you.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to finish all of them.
But a bunch.
lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, obviously, this Monday you'll have access to the new show.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, fantastic. So, what's going on next? I know what's next.
What?
It's one of my